Welcome back to Put You On. My name is Michael. I'm here with my dad.
Hey everyone, it's Mike.
And today we're going to listen to an album called Folklore by Taylor Swift. I've never heard the album, but it's been extremely highly requested for a long time on the channel.
Is it new?
It's from 2020.
Oh, okay.
It's her 8th album. I remember when it came out, which was during quarantine, I heard a lot of talk around it and about people saying how good it was. But yet again, third time in a row, I've never heard this album. I've never heard a single Taylor Swift album, I don't think, ever. Like, I've never sat down and listened to
me neither.
An album first beginning to end.
I mean, I'll like you probably just hear a song, that I can remember Taylor Swift being.
She's been around.
Yeah, I actually
years.
remember her being on. It wasn't American Idol. It was.
Was it America's Got Talent or something?
Yes. Yeah.
Was she on one of those shows?
Yeah, she was.
I know a lot of pop stars were started with.
And she just came out like playing an acoustic guitar, and she won. And then I remember the following year when the show came back on, she came on at the final performance, like to give encouragement to the winner.
Oh, wow.
And say how like she went on to greatness and that can be done. But
yeah, I remember her being. I know all her hits
and
from
very young. Like Billie Eilish.
I know all her hits from like that time. All the big ones.
Right.
But I've heard that her newer music is different. When we did the Olivia Rodrigo video, I don't know how many of those comments you read, but I think at least 100 of them, not even exaggerating, were for this album as a recommendation.
Okay.
Saying like, if you like that, then check this out. So, and I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Okay.
I didn't do too much looking into it just because I kind of just want to.
Feels very straightforward.
Yeah, I like keeping we're on a, not purposeful, but we're just on a strain of first reactions for both of us.
Yeah.
But this is the first time we're reacting to an album for the first time, not just because it's a new album from an artist I like, just because I've just never taken the
pop/country/
Yeah, I don't know what this is categorized as. I know she's a pop artist technically, but I know she's also like a singer-songwriter. And
it's
plays
called
the guitar.
Folklore?
Yeah, Folklore.
So folk, she
So I don't know if it's like folk music. The cover here you see is like very kind of like dim in the woods.
Yeah.
Black and white.
I would say folk music is more, if you're going to do folk music, it's more about I'd say like pride in America or something about where you're from, your town.
Yeah.
And I know she does that as well. So yeah, so maybe.
I remember hearing all the things recently about the tickets and the whole impossible to get the tickets and so we have a sponsor, SeatGeek, if you want $20 off.
All right. If you can get a ticket.
They're still probably very expensive, but I guess if you want $20 off, you could use code Put You On. So we still have that going. I figured that's a good tie-in if you want to pick up tickets. I don't know if they're still super hard to get or anything, but so I do know that Jack Antonoff works with her a lot, who is someone that works with a lot of pop artists, but I'm pretty sure that's her like main guy collaborator. He like helps with the construction of the songs. But besides that, I have no other insight. So this was a COVID release, July 24th, 2020. So
wow.
I don't know if she was making it fully in during COVID, or maybe she finished it during COVID when it was starting. The first one's called The One with the number 1, not O-N-E.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on some new shit. Been saying yes instead of no. I thought I saw you at the bus stop, I didn't though. I hit the ground running each night. I hit the Sunday matinee. But we were something, don't you think so? Roaring 20s, tossing pennies in the pool. And if my wishes came true, it would have been you. In my defense, I have none. We never painted by the numbers, baby. but we were making it count. You know the greatest loves of all time are over now. I guess you never know, never know. And it's another day waking up alone. But we were something, don't you think so?
Good chorus.
Rose flowing with your chosen family.
Yeah.
And it would have been sweet if it could have been me. In my defense, I have none.
Nice.
Catchy tune.
Yeah.
You forget, I guess I forget sometimes how the quality of her voice.
Oh,
You know, the
sounds great.
The timbre of it and the inflections, the lowness. You know how she can go low with the best.
Yeah. Very smooth sounding. Very minimal production too. Just
Piano.
but it seems like her vocals and writing or storytelling are
Yeah, and I mean, isn't
on the
that
front.
That's what everybody really, really loves. You
that
know,
I've heard. Yeah.
the ability to put those feelings into words.
So track 2 is called Cardigan.
Vintage tea, brand new phone, high heels on, cobblestones. When you are young, they assume you know nothing. Sequin smile, black lipstick, sensual politics. When you are young, they assume you know nothing. But I knew you, dancing in your Levi's, drunk under a street light. I knew you, hand under my sweatshirt, baby, kiss it better.
Interesting production going on.
Yeah.
I knew you.
I was gonna say where the first one was not. This one
Yeah.
Giving
is.
me your weekends. I knew you. Your heartbeat on the high line once in 20 lifetimes. And when I felt like I was an old cardigan under someone's bed, you put me on and said I was your favorite. But I knew you'd linger like a tattoo kiss. I knew you'd haunt all over my what ifs. The smell of smoke would hang around this long. 'Cause I knew everything when I was young. I knew I'd curse you for the longest time. And you come back.
That run made it nice. It was a nice
It was like
string of
non-stop.
And when I felt
images.
like I was an old cardigan under someone's bed.
She still keeps her voice.
So controlled,
Daddy.
Was your favorite.
Man.
That one was really good.
Whoa. I like that a lot better than the first one.
Yeah. Felt like
Felt like a movie.
would you say it was,
Jeez.
did you get the impression it was an older guy?
Yeah, like
Okay.
I don't know why. I
Well,
guess with some of the words she
Well,
used.
especially just because of they assume when you're young you know nothing. But you know, I know we've said this many times. Women, girls mature, you know, much faster than guys, and probably an older guy doesn't give enough credit to a younger
or expects her
woman's-
to not.
Yeah, this is
know
just
what's going on.
Right. But obviously, it impacted her a lot, and she already knew. Right? She kind of it seems like she felt like getting into it was a bad idea because she, you know, I knew you. I knew what it was going to be. I knew you'd haunt me. You know, I knew.
Linger like a tattoo. I like that.
Yeah, a tattoo kiss.
Tattoo kiss.
That's even better.
Oh wow, yeah, that is better. Also like what was the stars around my scars.
Mm-hmm.
But
Peter
now I'm
losing
bleeding.
Wendy. That was nice.
Man, that whole last verse.
the two of them back to back were really good. Chasing shadows in the grocery line. I like that one.
You could really see like
Yeah, definitely like of the
Everything.
video. If you're gonna do one, I'd be a director. If
man.
I was a director, I'd be chomping at the bit.
and I bet
to
she
get
makes it
into
easy
that
to
one.
make a video because
Yeah.
she lays everything out.
Right.
The first one was a little more kind of bringing you in. But
it was kind of a snippet, like a little ditty,
which is good for intro.
Yeah,
but this was,
I'd say if I had to compare this one to like what we do with the rap songs, it would be like that was her flexing her her rap ability,
her pen
game.
Her bars,
right.
The next one's called The Last Great American Dynasty, which is interesting because you just were saying about folk music.
Oh yeah,
something about American.
Yeah, I think like people like Joni Mitchell, Pete Seeger, even Bruce Springsteen, to some extent. Yeah. Where it's all about pride and
old stories,
old values. Yeah.
Rebecca rode up on the afternoon train. It was sunny. Her salt box house on the coast took her mind off St. Louis. The doctor had told him to settle down. It must have been her fault his heart gave out. And they said, there goes the last great American dynasty. Who knows if she never showed up, what could have been? And in a feud with her neighbor, she stole his dog and died at Key Lime Green. 50 years is a long time. Holiday house side, quietly on that beach, free of women with madness, the men in bad habits, and then it was bought by me.
I don't know how I feel about that one.
Yeah, it's an interesting subject matter in this day and age.
I feel a little, not confused, but I was kind of trying to pick up.
It's a fair enough story.
Yeah.
And it almost, okay, I get it. It must have been, you can almost picture like the Old West, right?
Yeah.
I mean, especially because she said, he owned the oil company and
someone with new money, I guess.
Well, old money is like, they compare old, like if you're deep, like you're a Rockefeller or a Roosevelt.
Yeah, that's dynasty.
That's old money.
Right.
That's money that just is so much wealth that
it just pours down.
And right. New money is, okay, you inherited some, but there's only so far new money will go. Like, so if they may tie it up and say, oh yeah, someday you'll inherit it, but for now it's up to you to make your way. So if you have expensive taste, that's the point. There's only so far money can go, and obviously I guess the guy died, but then even the house, it gives you the impression that maybe she, like Taylor Swift, could have bought the house, that has a legacy behind it.
Yeah, I'm not.
But yeah, it was kind of.
It wasn't bad. It was just.
No, it wasn't bad. Oh, in 2013, she bought a Rhode Island mansion once owned by Rebecca Harkness.
Oh.
Taylor draws subtle comparisons between herself and Rebecca.
Oh, she likens her star-studded parties to the bevy of famous composers and the dancers that once frequented Holiday House in the Harkness days. Also similar to Taylor Swift, Rebecca Harkness was often a target of criticism from the tabloids and people alike. Okay, that brings a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, I picked up on the fact that I bought the house. I mean, she basically said it.
But I didn't know if that was like a tale or...
Yeah.
But that's cool.
Yeah, very cool.
So yeah, I probably put something on the screen that said about the audio. So
okay.
We're back now. This is good audio. My Spotify crashed, and then I accidentally turned my computer off. And then it did a bunch of updates.
Yeah, now we got the good
but we're
sound back.
So as I was saying before,
I'll
just re-say what I was saying before. The next one's called Exile with Bon Iver.
piano intro like the first one, I think.
Yeah, a lot of piano on this so far.
She plays piano, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Piano and guitar.
Yeah.
I can see you standing
Oh, wow.
with his arms around your body, laughing, but the joke's not funny at all.
This is Justin Vernon, another feature artist.
And it took you 5 whole minutes to pack us up and leave me with it.
That guy's a very country voice.
Very.
I can see you staring, honey, like he's just your understudy, like you'd get your knuckles bloody for me. I'm not your problem.
Nice layering of her voice there.
Yeah.
So who am I offending now? You were my crown. Now I'm in exile, seeing you out. I think I've seen this film before, so I'm leaving out the side door.
So step right out. There is no amount of cry I can do for all this time.
And I didn't like the ending. You're not my homeland anymore. So what am I defending now? You were my town. Now I'm in exile, seeing you out. I think I've seen this film before, so I'm leaving out the side door. Many times, so many times, just to never get a word inside.
The piano repetition keeps it tense through the whole song. Like it feels like the piano and the violin make it like building to something, but it doesn't. It just kind of stays at that top, right? It stays at that peak tenseness.
Yeah, man.
Like, that there's no reconciliation of it,
Yeah.
right?
It's like they're going through it
Just
the whole time.
constantly admitting it was,
Yeah.
And I've seen this film and I don't like the ending.
They're harmonizing is
Very
incredible.
good.
Though.
Yeah.
I like how he starts.
But he was very deep in the beginning, but then
Yeah,
he brings it up
but
to
he kind of softens
mid-range. Yeah.
when she comes in with him. Wow. So I guess Bon Iver just did the production. I don't know who Justin Vernon is, but that was
Yeah,
really,
the
really
piano
good.
really gave it that tense.
Yeah, and I like their lyrical contradiction too.
Yeah,
of him being
Homeland
like, this came out
Security
of
was
nowhere,
nice. You were my homeland,
and now I have nothing to defend.
Yeah, that was a good line.
But all of his lyrics are like, "Where's this? This is so out of the blue." But
Right.
hers are like, I think
should've seen the
I've been waiting for
signs.
this for so
Right.
We've been going through this for so long.
Right, the signs were always there.
It's like his confusion and her like, this was coming
like
for a
he's
while.
standing in the hall. She only gave him 5 minutes to pack. He doesn't know what's happening, and yeah,
Really pretty though. Really, really pretty.
yeah. I like that the piano didn't soften. It stayed bum.
Yeah,
bum,
throughout the whole
bum,
thing.
Bum. And I thought, well, it's building to something else, but it just keep it matched the tension between the couple.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess Bon Iver just did the production, but it's interesting that it doesn't say featuring.
The other guy,
Yeah.
Spotify could have messed
But
it
yeah,
up.
who knows? I don't
Yeah.
know. The next one's called My Tears Ricochet.
Wow.
Are those her vocals?
It sounds like a choir. Oh, it's got to be her.
We gather here, we line up, weeping in a sunlit room. And if I'm on fire, you'll be made of ashes too. I didn't have it in myself to go with grace, and you're the hero flying around saving face.
A lot going on with her voice.
Yeah.
If I'm dead to you, why are you at the wake? Cursing my name, wishing I stayed. ricochet. And if I'm dead to you, why are you at the wake? Cursing my name, wishing I stayed. Look at how my tears ricochet. And I can go anywhere I want, anywhere I want, just not home. And you can aim for my heart, go for blood.
Nice
You
build.
would still miss me in your bones. And I still talk to you, cursing my name, wishing I stayed. Look at how my tears ricochet.
His backing vocals are crazy.
Very ethereal. So yeah,
That
you're
was
right.
cool.
It felt right, like she could have been passed, and now she's like
Looking down.
hovering over and watching him, curse her for like, why did you have to leave me?
Yeah, enjoying the pain, his pain, kind of.
Yeah, and look at I guess her tears now are bouncing back on him.
Yeah.
But yeah, very
Vocally, that was
Oh my goodness,
so fucking cool.
up down.
Even the vocal production,
I
like
think
different
that,
pitches, and
yeah, the vocals were great.
yeah, that's
Felt heavenly.
yeah. And it had a little organ in the back to add to the funeral church. I liked that little touch, the little
Yeah.
organ. Next one's called Mirrorball.
I want you to know I'm a mirrorball. I'll show you every version of yourself tonight. I'll get you out on the floor, shimmering beautiful, spinning in my highest heels, love, shining just for you. I want you to know I'm a mirrorball.
The song sounds like
When no one is around, my
sounds like it'd be in like a
dear.
80s like
ABBA.
rom-com.
Feels like,
You'll find
yeah, it
me
feels a
on
little
my
ABBA-ish
tallest
too.
tiptoes,
Like that era.
Yeah,
spinning in my highest heels, love,
Right, right.
shining just for you.
Like melodramatic kind of.
Hush, I know they said the end
Is the song getting
is
quieter?
near, but I'm still on my tallest tiptoes, spinning in my
voice is-
highest heels, love, shining just for you.
yeah, she's playing with
They
it.
called off the
Right?
service.
It's not just me.
No,
It was like dipping.
the music went away.
Yeah.
And the rodeo clowns. I'll show you every version of yourself tonight.
That was interesting.
Yeah, I maybe being a father, I could kind of feel that as like a daughter singing to her dad.
You think so?
I mean, that's I had glimpses of it, especially
Yeah.
when she said on my tiptoes,
Oh,
trying
okay.
to, and she's showing him every version of himself through her. But it seems like she's like, looking for his approval, and she's always trying and walking a tightrope.
Oh yeah, trying to get you to.
I mean, that's one version.
Could be, yeah.
The other one being the obvious,
Relationship.
yeah. Her voice was masked a little by the music and the
It
production,
her voice was like distant.
like reverberating in the back somewhere.
Yeah, like you were in like a bathroom or something.
yeah, yeah,
At a party.
yeah. But it's a very
definitely
relaxing.
intentional.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's very relaxing music.
Yeah.
No doubt.
The next track is the 7th track, and it's called 7.
Please picture me in the trees. I hit my peak at 7 feet in the swing over the creek. I was too scared to jump in, but I was high in the sky with Pennsylvania under me. Passed down like folk songs. The love lasts so
That's a good line.
Yeah.
Ties into the album.
I like the music in the back.
Yeah. Good strings.
Nice.
And I think you should come live with me, and we can be pirates. Then you won't have to cry or hide in the closet. And just like a folk song, our love will be passed on.
Getting some vocal runs now.
Sweet tea in the summer, cross my heart, won't tell
This has a little-
no other. And though I can't recall your face, I still got love for you.
Gorgeous, obviously, first of all. That one had a little more movement to it with the drums and the build a little bit, strings. Again, her songwriting is phenomenal. Again, like I do this thing where like I try to remember that we're sitting here reacting to music, but sometimes the songwriting is so
Poetry of it all. Yeah.
engrossing. So this sounds like coming from or speaking on childhood a little bit.
At the age of 7.
Yeah. Or from the perspective of a child. But there was one line here that caught my eye. Well, it's talking about a lot of pretty childish, peaceful things.
Yeah.
But this one line I found interesting. I've been meaning to tell you, I think your house is haunted. Your dad is always mad, and that must be why. And I think you should come live with me, and we can be pirates. Then you won't have to cry or hide in the closet. And just like a folk song, our level.
Yeah. There was a little bit deeper. I mean, it felt like, for me, it felt like two friends coming out in the yard all the time to get together.
And
at
they
the
have
age
their
of
own
7. They got their dolls and their
world.
Yeah, and they can't talk about, maybe they can't express everything, but she knows that she doesn't go over to the house, and she sees her friends sad sometimes, but,
Yeah.
let's just make it better and you won't have to cry.
That's really pretty.
Yeah.
The title is fitting, it's very children in the summertime.
Yes.
And then our love will be just like a folk song, our love will be passed on. Does that mean like to each other or
I got
to
the
future
feeling
generations?
Yeah, I think it doesn't feel like a friendship that lasted. It feels like her telling the story to this friend of her youth, in song.
Yeah.
Maybe, part of her still thinks about her childhood a lot, wishes the world could be a certain way, just love. It's nice.
It is.
It's nice.
And the next one's called August, and it's the 8th track. I don't know if that's a coincidence, but that's pretty cool.
The 8th month.
Yeah.
Salt air and the rust on your door. I never needed anything more, or whispers of are you sure? 'Cause you were never mine.
Nice summer song.
Yeah.
Back when we were still changing for the better, wanting was enough. For me it was enough to live for the hope of it all. Cancel plans just in case you call and say meet me behind the mall. And I can see
And she really knows how to make a catchy, right?
Hook.
Yeah.
'Cause you were never mine. 'Cause you were never mine. Never mine. But do you remember? Remember when I pulled up and said get in the car, and then canceled my plans just in case you called. Like when I was living for the hope of it all. For the hope of it all. For the hope of it
you take this one too, and then I'll.
Wow. That had a lot going on. A lot. Production wise and vocally, that was like an explosion of, man, geez. My brain couldn't keep up at the end. I mean, there was so much instrumentally happening, different guitars and different bass lines, and her voice getting really, really distant and then crashing back up and then coming back to the middle.
And yet, at the heart of it all is some pretty basic, simple lyrics.
And still keeping the catchy, not simple, but
I mean,
easy to remember, catchy.
Yeah, right.
Like that could, I don't know if that was on the radio, but that could easily be. That being.
And her ability to just connect with the younger side of herself. Still going back to like hanging out of the malls and sneaking kisses behind the mall, and it was never mine to lose and write my name on your back. Those are all images like that everybody at some point has had, right? And her ability to just
tap in,
keep it. Like her fame hasn't erased the memories of
it's not becoming
simpleness of being a girl, a young woman.
Her music isn't becoming like about the riches or any of that.
It's just
subject
very
matter.
very human experiences.
And still, when she goes on these runs, it's so fun. Like like this scenario to that scenario to that. Like
so
very.
Yeah. So when you were talking about the music, I felt like this to me felt silly. I don't know what made me think of Eminem. I always get the impression of like that scene in 8 Mile where he was on the bus writing in pencil. And I feel the same way with her. Like it starts with the words. Yeah. Like I really feel that maybe she has the ditty part about da 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 da, but all of that it's just a poem.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And then you take that and then the mixing of it all and the production makes it even better.
Right.
But my part was that at the heart of it all,
fantastic lyrics.
Is this ability to tap into some scene in her life or some scene in any young girl's past and magnify it to,
such a grand
full length song like that.
The next track is called This Is Me Trying.
I've been having a hard time adjusting. I had the shiniest wheels, now they're rusting. I didn't know if you'd care if I came back. I have a lot of regrets about that. Pulled the car off the road to the lookout. Could have followed my fears all the way down. And maybe I don't quite know what to say, but I'm here in your doorway. I just wanted you to know that this is me trying. I was so ahead of the curve became a sphere. Fell behind all my classmates and I ended up here, pouring out my heart to a stranger. But I didn't pour the whiskey, I just wanted you.
That was good.
To know that this is
Clever.
me trying.
Yeah, very clever.
I just wanted you to know that this is me trying.
The music she just knows how to match the tone.
To be at a party when I feel like I hurt the mood. It's hard to be anywhere these days when all I want is you. You're a flashback and a film reel on the one screen in my town.
When she sang that part about in my town, her voice sounded so much different.
Yeah, I know.
Like she could
It sounds
really,
like different people.
Yeah, different people. Like, yeah, it's something else.
Very, very dramatic production too.
Yeah, a little bit more dark.
Yeah, it kind of
than
seemed like
the others.
her at a low.
At a
here.
low point with the breakup.
Yeah.
Especially when she said she drove to the lookout and could have followed her
fears down.
Yeah,
I like that.
That was sad.
I mean, good writing, but
yeah,
it seems like kind of at her end point, but still trying to make some kind of effort.
Unfortunately, it's probably more prominent than most people admit or recognize.
Yeah.
And for her to be so, whether it's her experience or not, to be able to craft a song that can touch people, says a lot about what she's evoking there.
Yeah, and being very upfront about the feelings and not hiding
the
behind
music is just so,
that was, yeah.
It gives you all the feels along with the lyrics.
That one felt the most deep down, not happy, but,
a different place.
Yeah, different place. Not like, not reflective really. It's kind of like, this seems like real time.
Depression. Yeah.
We got Illicit Affairs. Production on the whole album has been
top notch.
Yeah, really good, high quality. And the mixing of the vocals and instruments is great.
It gives you more of appreciation if she was to really just be direct in your ear.
Yeah.
Like this.
Hood over your head, keep your eyes down. Tell your friends you're out for a run. You'll be flushed when you return. Leave the perfume on the shelf that you picked out just for him, so you leave no trace behind, like you don't even exist. And you wanna scream, don't call me kid, don't call me baby. Look at this godforsaken nest that you made me. You showed me colors you know I can't see with anyone else. Don't call me kid, don't call me baby. Look at this idiotic fool that you made me a million little times.
Wow. Great acoustic guitar.
Yeah. Another pretty dark track, though, subject matter wise.
I think it still feels more like the older guy, right?
Yeah.
Younger girl.
A little taking advantage.
Illicit affairs, right? She's not supposed to.
Yeah. And I'm going to sound like a broken record again. This is the part, but the songwriting is so good.
Yeah. She just taps into the vein of.
Like, there's certain phrases that she says that kind of puts everything into perspective without having to
say it,
get into details of anything. Mm-hmm. Like she finds a way of not saying anything specific in a way, but like the way she presents it, you can be like, oh, okay, I see what's
because it's right. Because I said before, she's human. She really knows what most humans have experienced, and you can't just say something like that. Like just put the whole hood over your head, tell your friends you're going out for a run. I mean, that's,
it's like she feels ashamed of this guy has made her feel.
But
shame.
she's describing something that probably anyone can identify with,
continuous,
like right at the moment.
Continuous hookup, and it doesn't go anywhere.
I mean, I told you about that couple. We were in the diner, and me and Mom looking outside. And, they were in two different cars, and you could just tell it was. Meeting in cars. It was clandestine. It wasn't.
Some shady shit.
Why would you sit in a front seat of a car making out instead?
That's literally this line.
Yeah.
What started in beautiful rooms ended with meetings in parking lots.
Yeah.
Which shows how much does that person value
devolve
you to it's
right.
Like, well,
you're just sex
just
or physical.
I don't really care how we do it.
Right.
The next one's called Invisible String.
Here's the guitar.
It's a standout. How clean it sounds.
Yeah.
Green was the color of the grass where I used to read at Centennial Park. I used to think I would meet somebody there. Teal was the color of your shirt when you were 16 at the yogurt
like
shop.
That.
I know.
So specific.
Used to work, get to make a little money. And isn't it just so pretty to think all along there was some invisible string tying you to me.
like that.
Isn't it just so pretty to think all along there was some invisible string, chains around my demons, wool to brave the seasons. One single thread of gold tied me to you.
It's beautiful.
Hell was the journey, but it brought me heaven.
She tied it back to the sitting in the park.
Time, wondrous time, give me the blues and then purple pink skies, and it's cool, baby, with me.
I really appreciate her letting the music on your song.
The end, right?
Because you get so drawn to her storytelling.
You're waiting for the vocals to pick up another verse, and it just doesn't. Yeah, it's like her signature way to punctuate.
Because this is one of the rare times where I feel like a lot of the times the production's taking a back seat when she's doing her
Not on this one.
verses. But I'm saying I like how she gives it room at the end every time
To breathe it
let
out.
you hear what's
Right,
going on.
Right.
That's like perfectly written song. I mean, there's not a single flaw. It's perfect. How it starts with her sitting in the grass thinking
Alone.
of wanting to be with a guy. And then just slowly, it's like the invisible string is like the whole song. It's like they're slowly getting pulled together. And then at the end, it
says
like
it's made out of gold.
the gold string.
Yeah, it's like
Perfect.
the universe is, a good description of how sometimes you could just even pass somebody and not even know that that's the person, the one.
Yeah, and I like the physical aspect of like, as if there's a string that's like, it doesn't matter how. And I like that line, heaven was the path to get there, but hell is the destination, where it's like, no matter what, that string will pull you to. The next one is called Mad Woman. The guitar, every track, beautiful. I love that sound. And the fast strumming.
What
It's almost like classical
guitar.
guitar.
Say to that, does a scorpion sting when fighting back? They strike to kill, and you know I will. And you poke that bear till her claws come out, and you find something to wrap your noose around. And there's nothing like a mad woman. It's obvious that wanting me dead has really brought you two together.
God.
Every time you call me crazy, you're getting more crazy. What about that? And when you say I seem angry, you're getting more angry. And there's nothing like a mad woman. What a shame she went mad. She should be mad, should be scathing like me, but no one likes a mad woman. What a shame she went mad.
Again with the outro of the music.
And she always has like the vocal run still going. That's an interesting track. Kind of like you call me mad, but you provoke me to a point of I feel I have no other way to respond.
It's almost like the flip end of the other two songs where, she's willing to just keep going back and back and back, and now she's had enough.
Right.
And I mean, I think for me, there's very few things in life that really, really anger me, disappoint me about the human race is the manipulation of someone. And, it's 90% is men, manipulating something, the game, the job, the woman,
taking advantage of your situation.
Just really, right.
But then, obviously she's saying like, you push me to get mad, but then when I am mad.
Oh, why do you see so angry? Well, it's another form of manipulation.
Right, because then you don't want to show that because you don't want to seem like you.
Of course not.
you're the crazy
you're
one.
crazy.
You lost.
Yeah, you're crazy. And you see it in
But then that gets you more mad.
Yeah, of
when
course
you have to hold it in.
Sure. Or being told that what you're feeling isn't fact.
Next track is called Epiphany.
Keep your helmet, keep your life, son. Just a flesh wound. Here's your rifle. Crawling up the beaches now. What you breathing out, something med school did not cover. Doc, I think she's crashing out, and some things you just can't speak about. Only 20 minutes to sleep, but you dream of some epiphany.
Kind of speechless.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Unbelievable.
it almost doesn't need to be talked about. It's
Yeah.
if you don't understand it.
Yeah, I was getting lost in that one. That was,
Very COVID spirited,
yeah.
Probably was on her mind, hearing the stories about,
Final breaths.
and through plastic.
This is called Betty.
Betty, I won't make assumptions about why you switched your homeroom, but I think it's 'cause of me. Betty, one time I was riding on my skateboard when I passed your house. It's like I couldn't breathe.
Back to the childhood.
Yeah, memory.
You heard the rumors from Inez. You can't believe a word she says most times, but this time it was true. In the garden, would you trust me if I told you it was just a summer thing? I'm only 17, I don't know anything, but I know I miss you.
What'd she get with her boyfriend or something?
Sounds like it, yeah.
Betty, I know where it all went wrong. Your favorite song was playing from the far side of the gym. But if I just showed up at your party, would you have me? Would you want me? Would you tell me to go fuck myself or lead me to the garden? In the garden, would you trust me if I told you it was just a summer thing? I'm only 17, I don't know anything, but I know I miss you. The only thing I wanna do is make it up to you. So I showed up at your party, standing in your cardigan, kissing in my car again. Stopped at a street light, you know I miss you.
I'm a little confused.
Yeah, I got lost at that, and I was like, wait, what? I thought I was following. Is it the girl that she was? The girl, she had a crush on the girl, I guess?
I guess so.
And then
But the girl was with the guy.
got with a guy. Oh,
and
maybe
then
that's what it is.
she got with him too.
Yeah, wait.
I mean,
I got lost.
Sounded like it was her boyfriend, but she cheated with the boyfriend, but now she misses the girl and just wants to kiss her. Yeah,
Wait.
I don't know.
Yeah, I got lost.
Yeah, I thought I had it.
But yeah, that song, it was okay.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
all right. Second to last track is called Peace.
A coming of age is come and gone. Suddenly this summer it's clear. I never had the courage of my convictions, as long as danger is near. And it's just around the corner, darling, 'cause it lives in me. No, I could never give you peace. Give you my wild, give you a child. Give you the silence that only comes when two people understand each other. Family that I chose, now that I see your brother as my brother. Is it enough? But there's robbers to the east, clowns to the west. I'd give you my sunshine, give you my best, but the rain is always gonna come if you're standing with me.
Nothing very catchy, but just the ability to put the music to the poem.
Yes. Yeah.
Would it be enough if I could never give you peace? Would it be enough if I could never give you peace?
So definitely a common trait there at the end, always letting the last, 30
20,
seconds
30,
to a
yeah.
minute to breathe out.
Yeah, that one was the most, felt like she was kind of just letting these thoughts pour out
Yeah,
over
the sound,
very calm.
because I could never predict
where
the break or how she was going to carry it over.
and she was stopping some sentences and then running.
Yeah.
It's kind of like she's just sitting there thinking.
Well, it felt like a poem
Yeah.
that had to be put to music, so they did. But again, nothing catchy about it, nothing. And maybe that was the point, almost like a
that little
just keeping it,
just steady.
something to go off of. But
Yeah. That's an interesting track though. You would think it would build or break, or it just kind of keeps you right in the middle.
and even the words, like, I would do everything, I would die for you, but would it be enough for you if I couldn't give you peace? Like,
Yeah.
like what, like, why wouldn't you be able to if...
Well, she's saying she is willing to do all these things, but like she was saying, if you're standing with me, the rain will always come. If I'm not okay, then does it matter what extent I would go to try to give you my best when I don't have, I have my own problems that are unavoidable if you're with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is the final track, and it's called Hoax.
My eclipsed sun, this has broken me down. My twisted knife, my sleepless night, my windless fight, this has frozen my ground. Stood on the cliffside screaming, give me a reason. Your faithless love's the only hoax I believe in. Don't want no other shade of blue but you. No other sadness in the world would do. My only one, my kingdom come undone. A broken drum, you have beaten my heart.
is this guy? Jesus Christ. Shit is dark. What did they do?
Is the magic man.
My goodness.
Wielded his magic around her.
Wow. Good closer.
I mean, it's obvious. I mean, I don't know what other music she was up against for the year, but boy, taking this into account, the heaviness of it, the emotional impact, yeah, that in and of itself deserves acclaim. So I'm happy for her that she got Album of the Year.
Yeah.
Well worth it. Not that we didn't know who she was. So
yeah, for sure.
But
I'm surprised by
it's a big recognition then, you know?
Yeah. I'm just surprised of the heaviness of a lot of the subject matters.
I'm wiped. I mean, honestly.
I feel sad.
Yeah. But not in a down way.
Not like depressed, but just
it just pushed all the buttons, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's sad in a way that like relaxes you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. It's like calming, but
like I'm gonna go back on
melancholy
my PC and
kinda,
nothing's gonna rile me today.
It's a hard emotion to put a finger on. It's not devastating like when we did like Black Country New Road, like some of those tracks were like gutting, like
it's kind of like someone told you some stories, like you just had a visit with a friend and maybe they expressed some things that were going on, but musically, that's how I feel.
Folklore is definitely a good title, I think, with like these tales kind of whether her childhood or this guy that has passed and these down moments. It's she even had that one line in that song where she was like, passing down these feelings. It's like her passing down her emotional stories to us and kind of letting us do, take them as we do. But it's her like, it feels like she kind of had to get some of this stuff out in this manner. I don't think this would have worked as any other kind of album. You know what I mean?
Or right.
Or
it
like
could,
different
if this
style
was
of
a
music.
debut, I mean, I don't like as an artist, I don't know that you can do that without having gone through. So the fact that she was as young as she was, she probably couldn't have, she hadn't had the experience, so she wouldn't be writing from experience, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it took time to develop into this woman who's able to express this stuff. But still, you can feel things, and who then has the talent to write it. You can probably count on two hands the amount of artists we've listened to.
Yeah.
And I would throw Freddie Mercury in there.
Yeah.
Where a guy is able to draw from, but others are kind of just made up, like,
yeah,
this is what people experience. No, this is true grit.
But yeah, if you're new,
yeah,
thanks for watching,
yeah,
checking us out. We'd like to hear more. I don't know if the next album makes sense more.
Right, because the whole point too is like we if you ever asked me was I a Taylor Swift fan, I would say no.
But not out of you don't like it.
Right. Just I'm not.
Yeah.
And the whole point of what we're doing here is to experience music. So whether you're putting us onto it or Michael's putting me on,
showing him.
Yeah.
But I would like to.
Oh, this is
the occasional. I mean, the overwhelming demand for this album was so high.
It warranted it. Yeah. We couldn't ignore it anymore.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. We have new videos every week. If you're new here, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. Thank you for listening. And we'll see you next week with a new album and a new video. Peace.